Dogs, our loyal companions, protectors, and friends. They've walked alongside us for thousands of years, yet they never cease to amaze with their remarkable abilities and unique traits. Whether you share your home with a fluffy family pet or you're just an animal lover, some of these facts about our four-legged friends might truly astonish you. Did you know a dog's sense of smell is up to 100,000 times more sensitive than ours? Or that they can detect diseases before symptoms even appear? And their emotional intelligence? They understand your feelings better than you might think. So sit back and get ready to explore the fascinating world of dogs. Just like fingerprints in humans, every dog has a unique nose print. The pattern of ridges, lines, and textures on a dog's nose is one of a kind, even among littermates. In some countries like Canada, nose printing has been used for dog identification since as early as 1938. The process is similar to fingerprinting. The nose is coated with safe dye and pressed onto paper. This print can then be used to confirm identity in cases of theft, disputes, or lost pets. Some dog registries accept nose prints alongside microchips or tattoos. And beyond identification, a dog's nose is a sensory powerhouse. With around 220 million scent receptors, compared to our 5 to 10 million, dogs can detect smells at unimaginably low concentrations, helping with search and rescue, medical alerts, and more. You've probably seen it. Two dogs meet and go straight for the rear sniff. While it may seem odd or humorous to us, for dogs, it's vital communication packed with information. Dogs have anal glands next to their rectum that release a unique cocktail of chemicals and pheromones, acting like a scent-based ID. Every dog has a unique scent, much like a human fingerprint. From one sniff, a dog can determine the other's sex, age, health, genetics, last meal, hormone levels, if a female is in heat, emotional state, and whether they've met before. It's a sniff-based social network. The origins of domestic dogs have fascinated scientists for decades, and thanks to modern genetic techniques, the answer is getting clearer. Recent DNA studies reveal a surprising discovery. The closest known relative of our domestic dogs, Canis lupus familiaris, isn't the modern gray wolf, but rather an extinct Japanese wolf, Canis lupus hodophylax. This subspecies lived on the Japanese islands and belongs to a genetic branch that split from other wolves 20,000 to 40,000 years ago. Some ancestors of this line evolved into Japanese wolves, while others became domestic dogs. The exact common ancestor remains unknown. While wolves are likely the primary ancestor, scientists don't rule out that jackals or coyotes may have played a role in domestication. All members of the genus Canis share 78 chromosomes and can interbreed to produce fertile offspring, reinforcing their close evolutionary relationship. Studies show that even some wolf pups can respond to human cues without prior training. In controlled experiments, highly socialized wolf pups would retrieve a thrown object on command, hinting that cooperative behavior existed before full domestication. When raised like puppies, wolf pups can bond closely with humans. However, differences become more pronounced in adulthood, particularly in their fear of strangers and willingness to cooperate. Dogs are genetically inclined to obey and cooperate, while wolves remain more independent and cautious. This long domestication journey turned wild predators into devoted companions, from tiny chihuahuas to massive mastiffs, all carrying the legacy of their wolf ancestors. Most dogs understand basic commands like sit or fetch, but a gifted few go far beyond. These so-called gifted word learners can recognize dozens or even hundreds of objects by name. The most famous case is Rico, a border collie who could identify over 200 items by name and remember them even after weeks or months. Even more impressively, she could use exclusion logic to deduce the name of a new object she had never seen before, a skill comparable to a 3-year-old child. Other dogs like Gaia, Max, Whiskey, and Squall have demonstrated similar skills, retaining vocabulary for years. However, this ability is rare. Most dogs can only learn a few object names, even with extensive training. Interestingly, gifted dogs often learn best through play and social bonding, not rigid drills. Got a genius pup at home? Share in the comments. Ever seen your dog twitching its paws, softly whining, or even running in its sleep? It's not just cute, it's science. Dogs really do dream. Scientific studies using EEG electroencephalography confirm that dogs experience REM sleep just like humans. During this phase, the brain is highly active while the body remains relaxed. When dogs enter REM, you may notice eye movement under the eyelids, twitching legs or tail, soft barking, or rapid breathing. This suggests they're mentally reenacting real-life events like playing, chasing, hunting or interacting with people or animals. Interestingly, small dogs tend to dream more frequently but have shorter dreams, while large dogs dream less often but for longer periods. What are they dreaming about? Scientists believe dogs use dreams to process memories and experiences, much like we do. Dogs come in all shapes and sizes, from tiny Chihuahuas to giant Danes. But genetically, they fall into three main branches. East Asian lineage includes Chinese and Southeast Asian breeds, Australian dingoes, and New Guinea singing dogs. This group has the highest genetic diversity, supporting the theory that dog domestication began in Southeast Asia. Arctic lineage. Think Siberian Huskies, Greenland dogs, Alaskan Malamutes, cold-hardy breeds descended from ancient migrations out of Siberia. Their genes show adaptation to harsh northern climates. Western Eurasian lineage includes European, Middle Eastern, and North African breeds. These dogs stem from local populations but also have East Asian and Arctic ancestry due to crossbreeding, especially during the Neolithic farming expansion. This genetic map reflects thousands of years of migration, climate adaptation, and selective breeding, all tracked today with modern DNA sequencing. Unlike humans, who have only upper and lower eyelids, dogs possess a third eyelid called the nictitating membrane, located in the inner corner of the eye. This thin, usually barely visible structure plays an important role. Its primary job is to protect the eye from injury, dust, and foreign particles. It slides over the eye like a natural shield in response to irritation or danger. Unlike other eyelids, its movement is mostly passive, triggered by pressure or reflex. The third eyelid also contains a tear-producing gland that generates around 1/3 of the dog's tear film, keeping the eye moist. It also has lymphatic tissue that helps fight infection. If the third eyelid is visible for extended periods, it may signal a health problem, like infection, injury, or a condition known as cherry eye, when the gland prolapses. This is common in breeds like bulldogs, cocker spaniels, and Boston Terriers. Look into your dog's eyes and you'll probably see emotion, and science backs this up. Dogs are true masters of facial expression. Thanks to a system called dogfacts, Dog Facial Action Coding System, researchers have identified over 100 distinct facial movements dogs use to communicate. These include raising eyebrows, widening eyes, flicking ears, baring teeth, and tightening their lips. Dogs use these expressions to show joy, fear, submission, curiosity, excitement, and even guilt. Interestingly, some breeds, like Border Collies, Labradors, and Cocker Spaniels, have particularly expressive faces, making their emotions easier to read. Dogs also respond to our emotions. They can recognize smiles, frowns, and even subtle shifts in tone, and adjust their expressions accordingly. If your dog ever makes a face that seems uncannily human, it might be more than your imagination. They're trying to connect. Ever been swayed by your dog's tilted head and those big, sad eyes? You're not alone, and it's no accident. Dogs have special facial muscles around their eyes, developed during domestication specifically to better communicate with humans, and, let's be honest, to manipulate our emotions. This expression, often called puppy dog eyes, is made possible by a muscle called the levator anguli oculi medialis, which lifts the inner brow and creates that sorrowful look. Wolves lack this muscle, or have it only minimally developed. When a dog makes this face, their eyes appear larger, triggering caregiving responses in humans similar to what we feel when we see a baby. Even oxytocin levels, the hormone tied to trust and bonding, rise in both dogs and owners. This evolutionary trick happened fast. In just a few thousand years, dogs with more expressive faces were unconsciously favored by humans, leading to breeding preferences. Primitive breeds like Siberian Huskies tend to have less developed facial expressiveness. These expressions serve a clear purpose: gaining attention, affection, or even forgiveness. So next time you give in to that pleading gaze, remember, you're witnessing a true evolutionary masterpiece in action. Even the sweetest dog can sometimes leave their owner frustrated with challenging behavior. Research points to three main issues that cause the most tension in dog-human relationships. First is separation anxiety, a condition where dogs struggle to cope with being left alone. Signs include howling, barking, whining, destructive behavior like chewing furniture, urinating or defecating inside shortly after the owner leaves, or obsessive licking and scratching. Studies show that up to 85% of dogs experience some form of separation-related stress, making it the most widespread behavioral disorder. Second is aggression toward humans or other animals. This behavior can stem from genetics, poor socialization, fear, frustration, or territoriality. It's seen in 30% to 55% of dogs, and aggression toward children in the same household is especially concerning. The third issue includes various fears and anxieties that affect about half of all dogs. They might be scared of strangers, loud noises like fireworks, unfamiliar environments, or other animals. These fears can lead to destructive actions, excessive barking, or self-harming behaviors. The causes are complex, ranging from genetics, some breeds are more prone to certain problems, lack of socialization during puppyhood, improper training, stressful environments, or hidden health issues. And that wraps up our list of 10 fascinating facts about dogs. We hope you learned something new and gained a deeper appreciation for just how incredible our canine companions truly are. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll dive into even more amazing insights and discoveries about man's best friend. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And make sure to subscribe to our channel for regular content about animals, curiosities, and mysteries from around the world. Tell us in the comments which fact surprised or delighted you the most. Or maybe you know an interesting fact about dogs we didn't mention. We'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.